Hello, welcome to Borderline Obsessed Travels. It has been a minute. I have some footage that I filmed trying to make some videos, but they just never really turned into actual videos. So this is me just turning it into a video anyway. These are just shots from our Mount Whitney summit attempt last August. Mount Whitney is the highest point in California and also the highest point in the continental US at 14,505 feet. The trail is about 11 miles from trailhead to summit. We made it about 8 miles before we turned back. We started hiking around 3 a.m., so I don't have a whole lot of footage from here, but this was a good learning experience for if and when I attempt to summit Mount Whitney again in the future. The trailhead is a little over 8,000 feet in elevation, and a lot of people suggest that you try to acclimate yourself to that the day before. There are a lot of campgrounds in the area, but the Whitney Portal campground is the only campground where you're going to get that acclimation benefit. And the Whitney Portal campground does book up very far in advance, so if you want to get acclimated the day before, keep that in mind. This is Bombay Beach. I've been here before. This has made it into videos before. Bombay Beach is a near ghost town on the Salton Sea that became mostly abandoned when the sea started to become more and more polluted, but it has had a bit of a resurgence as an art town, and I have not seen these specific sculptures in Bombay Beach before, so enjoy! Next, I went to Slab City outside Nyland, California, about 20 miles from Bombay Beach. The iconic Salvation Mountain sits on the outskirts of Slab City. Slab City has been described as an off-grid alternative lifestyle community at the site of a former Marine Corps training camp, and it was named for the concrete slabs that were left over from the remnants of that training camp. Slab City has no running water and it is not connected to the power grid, but it does have a library, a bar, a nightclub, a cat rescue, a skate park, a hot spring, and a whole bunch of RV campgrounds. Similarly to Bombay Beach, there are a lot of art installations here, mostly made with found objects. I spent a while wandering around the sculpture gardens at East Jesus. Most of this footage is from East Jesus. During the winter, Slab City can have a population of over 4,000. For a comparison, the nearest actual town, Nyland, about 4 miles away, only has a population of 500. Slab City has a higher population during the winter than the summer, just because it is in the middle of the desert and it gets extremely hot. I've seen a lot of sources estimate that there's a year-round population of about 150 people. Based on what I saw, I would say that that number is probably much higher than 150. I didn't actually end up staying in Slab City because it was really difficult for me to tell which areas were claimed by somebody and which areas weren't. So I felt a little uneasy parking my car pretty much anywhere in downtown Slab City just because I could not tell if I was like in somebody's backyard. But as I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of paid RV campgrounds there, so if that is something you enjoy doing, there's plenty of options for that. I would say most of the claims that I've seen about Slab City being lawless, are completely overblown. And then I went to Quartzsite, Arizona to go to the Rubber Tramp Rendezvous, and the vibes were off, so I ended up leaving. But they did have camels there for High Jolly Days. In retrospect, I wish I had gone to the women's RTR the week before the normal RTR, because I think the vibes might have been less off there. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you later. Bye.